Let's go!
Welcome back to Breakfast with Bryan Bill here at NSS. On the line from New Jersey with us now is Emory Hunt from the Football Game Plan. Fabulous site, folks. I want you to have a look at it. And he's one of our football analysts here on Breakfast with Bryan Bill. Good morning, Emory.
Good morning, guys.
Long time no talk. But it's not because there hasn't been some news. And I guess the latest news is the word today. I guess the word came down yesterday. Tim Tebow going to the Patriots. I don't know that I'm all that surprised by this, but do you think that there's much behind it? What's Belichick trying to do here, Emory?
Well, he just bringing in another quarterback, and I think that's a great thing to do, and allowing him to play quarterback. You know, at the end of the day, it's going to be between him and Ryan Mallett competing for the backup job. I think they will keep three guys, but at least he's there on a roster like he's supposed to be, playoff experience, a playoff winner, and he's given a chance to play quarterback, and that's all he asked for.
Well, there's all kinds of quarterbacks to choose from out there. Why choose him?
Well, again, he's won a playoff game. He's been successful when he was in there as a starter, and he does have unique skills. He has the mobility. And when you have a mobile quarterback back there, it tends to dictate what the defense does. You can only play a certain amount of coverages, so that way you don't want to play man coverage versus a mobile quarterback, because once you turn your back as a defensive back, he's running right behind you. So it's an advantage to have a guy like that on your roster. That's why I would take him in. I mean, I would honestly think Tebow could upgrade Minnesota's quarterback position, Tennessee's quarterback position, and even Jacksonville's.
Well, yeah, that's true. The problem with it is, with Tebow, you're not just bringing in another quarterback. You're bringing in that whole mess around him. Is this the best landing spot for him where that really won't be an issue?
Well, at the end of the day, as much as the media says media circus and you know, all the extra stuff, to me, media circus and extra stuff never lost or won a football game. That's going to happen regardless. Your National Football League team, one of 32 franchises, you're going to get a lot of coverage anyway. So that has never had an effect on a football game. As much as some in the national media wants to make it out to be, it's not a problem.
So how does Belichick use this guy? What are the strengths he has in selecting him? Because you know Belichick is only doing this because he thinks it's going to improve his team.
Right, and let's think about it. Now you have a guy, let's say, God forbid, Tom Brady goes down. Now you have a guy that does have game experience, that also has playoff experience, and has been successful in both the regular season and in the playoffs. It's just a move to improve the depth on your roster.
The quarterback position, as you know, is a big deal. It's the most important position in the game, and we know that, like you say, you have to have a contingency plan in case your number one guy goes down. Because look, it's a physical league; it happens quite frequently. So I'll buy a little bit of your argument with Tebow. The only thing I would suggest is, don't you have to have a completely different offense if you're having him as your number one guy?
Not necessarily. If you look at some of the elements they run in New England, it's some of the same elements they ran at Florida. It's a spread system. They spread the field. They take advantage of the individual matchups. They throw a lot of crossers. They throw a lot of hitches and expect the receivers to make one miss. They run out of the spread. Same things they've done. People did at Florida. New England does a lot of the same things. It's just semantics, and I think a lot of times people get caught up on that. But football is really football. If you run a certain offense, you just have to cater to his strength. If you know he's a valuable asset as far as throwing on the move, then move the pocket for him. Just subtle things you can do for him. It's not like he's an option quarterback and you're trying to take a guy that's coming from Georgia Tech and putting him in a spread system. He's played professional football before. He's a guy that knows the system, knows the game, and he'll be fine.
You think he beats out Ryan Mallett?
I don't know. I like Ryan Mallett as well. I think, that's a tough call. Mallett has a very strong arm. Drew Bledsoe like a strong arm. So it'll be interesting. If anything, I would like to have all three quarterbacks on the New England roster right now. I think all three guys are very good football players.
How much